Hello, hello, everyone. Thanks for dropping in. We're here again at the Virtual Speaker Success Program. This is our six-week session of just really trying to make sure that you're armed with the tools that you need, the structure that you need, and I think that the outcome of having the structure and the tools is going to be that you'll feel more confident, you'll look better, everything will be smooth for you. So it's just my hope and desire to share with you as much information as I can to get you set up for success as a speaker so that you're looking good when you're out and about marketing yourself as a speaker and also wanting to just present yourself online as a speaker or an author. If you're, hang on, can I get everybody to
Yep, sorry.
themselves? Thank you. I should have started with that. All right, so I just want to get everybody looking really sharp in this world of virtual presenting. Linda's looking absolutely serene with her sunset in the background, really looking great and feeling confident. Now, some of you are already speakers and you're already out and about, so some of this stuff is remedial, but please remember the reason that we're going through the steps is so that you remember. Okay, so if this is a remembering for you, please go through the steps in your mind and make sure that you're up to date with what you're talking about and that all of your presence online is matching your presence where you are and where you're directing your business and your speaking. Okay, so just bringing your consciousness to make sure that everything is all pointed in the right direction and that you're showing up the most powerfully in all areas. Okay. So last week, we were very content heavy on the actual structure of the speech itself. Okay, we're going to steer out of that a little bit today. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a different perspective. But last week, we also not only spoke about the structure of our speech and the storytelling aspect and the steps that you take the audience through, and we will be getting more detailed, right? And the persuasive speech we chose because it does have that call to action, right? It's designed to entice your audience, to draw them in, to invite them, to make the space for them to lean in and know you better. Okay, we will be doing offers later and some hooks and some other speaking stuff, but just let that persuasive speech lesson be your stepping stone and gateway into your audience. Today we're going to be talking, we're going to be playing our impromptu speech game in a moment again. So in just a moment, I'm going to stop our recording and do a round of our ABC dice impromptu speech game just for fun and to get everybody's voices into the room. But today I'm going to be focusing on how to present yourself as a speaker. And we're going to talk about the branded marketing tools that you need, including your domain name, your speaker sheet. And even if you have a speaker sheet, you may want to think of how you're using it or just read your speaker sheet once in a while so that you know that what the world is looking at when they're looking at, just to make sure your speaking is on point. I'm going to talk about the importance of your business card. Everybody knows this one. And of course, when I'm talking about that, I'm going to be talking about your virtual business card. Later on in our series, we're going to get into more marketing platforms, creating your virtual studio and virtual presenting. because we are leading up to our highlights of being featured speakers, authors for our Empowered Self-Care book. Okay, let's dive into it. So last week, this is the fun part. Okay, stop content. Let's play a game. Okay, so last week I taught you a really fun game that I use with all of my kids and everyone. And I'm giving you the same template that I'm giving them. And I showed you how your persuasive speech and this template are actually the same things. The steps are the same. They do a little bit different. They're worded a little bit different. But this game not only ingrains speaking patterns but it's a fun way to get your brain moving and your brain thinking and having some fun and getting to know each other. So I'm going to, well, first let's go through that. I'll roll the dice. We'll go around the room. I'll roll the dice for you. You'll introduce yourself with your first line is, hello, my name is. You can give us whatever name you want. That's fine. Your name is probably a good choice, a good answer for this one. Okay, my letter is, I'll roll my ABC dice, my trusty ABC dice to give you a letter. Okay, you'll tell us what that letter stands for by giving us an impromptu word, whatever comes to mind. It can be anything on any topic. Okay. Anything on any topic, including anything that you speak about, including anything, you know, so you can be inspired to pick any word you like. A is for apple. State 3 words about apple. Apples are fruits that come on a tree. Apples come in many colors, and apples are mighty tasty. Those are my facts about apples. Thank you very much. So this is a super simple but fun game. Now, I invite you to not choose apple as your A word. This is a very, very overhead structure. You can be as detailed as you want, but the important part here is that you have 3 facts or 3 sentences that you say that are about your topic. I'm going to stop our recording right now and we'll go around the room and do a round of this impromptu speaking. I'm going to resume the recording now so that we can go on with our content after we created some community by playing a game and sharing our hearts with each other. That was really fun and really, really good. Okay. Now we're going to go into our my teaching for today. We're going to talk about branded marketing tools. Now, some of you on this call are super expert at this already. Some of you might be at different levels. So if this is a refresher for you, just think about these things. It's great to be organized in your mission and your purpose in your business. Today, we're going to be talking about your title. We're going to be talking about your name.com, as my friend Dr. Beth likes to say, your website media page. We're going to talk about your business card. Like I said, I'm talking about your virtual business card, but you'll want to boil it down maybe even more into a physical card if that's what you like. That used to be how I knew that I had a new business. I've had many, many businesses before, but that used to be how I knew. When I had my logo in my business card, I was good. That made it real for me. And so these marketing materials are sort of spin-offs of that. That's always just been how I roll in my life. And we're going to talk a little bit today about the Speaker One sheet. There are some common mistakes I see when people are distributing their speaker sheets. And I want to make sure that you're not falling into these pitfalls. Let's start now with our title. I challenge you now. I'm going to take a magical fairy wand and ignite each of you to include speaker in your work title. Okay, even if you have an overriding, for example, if you're a spiritual teacher, and then you might want to put author, speaker, facilitator, or teacher, or something like that under that. But you do want to let the world know, if you are an author and you're not marketing yourself as a speaker, that is a little odd to me. I think that those two kind of go hand in hand, so consider that. It's something that you want to include on your business card, in your title, on all of your marketing materials, in your email signature. Make sure that there is a call to action somewhere in your email signature that says book me for speaking, or that leads to your media page. And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. You want to make sure that in all your social media profiles, and especially LinkedIn, that you have speaker not only in your title, but you have that as one of your skills. These days, keynote speaking and also virtual speaking are skills that you'll want to add to be competitive with the other speakers out there. Make sure that you put virtual speaking as part of your skill set, and probably virtual facilitator might be another thing that you want to look at, or even Zoom facilitator. You might even want to be specific on a platform or something like that, but just make sure on your social media and profiles, and especially I'm talking about LinkedIn, that you are specifically listed as a speaker. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be a professional speaker and that every day that you're speaking, because I'm a wellness practitioner. I know Deborah Myers is a wellness practitioner. It doesn't mean that now that you're an author speaker, consider that a level higher actually than wellness, because that's how your that's how your wellness practitioner is getting out there, by being a speaker and author. So just consider embracing this title. This is all optional, of course. Let's see, next slide. Oh, yeah. Now, I encourage you, I've been encouraging people for years, you must have yourname.com. If you are a speaker, an author, or any sort of public personality. I used to coach actors. Yeah, same thing. I used to, when you're a personality that is marketing yourself, so that means if you are a speaker, now this might be a little bit different. You might have a separate business. I'm not going to have a separate, I need both those domains though, okay? This is something that I really want you to know. You don't have to have a whole website attached to it, but you do need the domain, and that can go to your media page on your website, or it can go to your contact page on your website, but you should have your domain name so that you own that as a personality, even if you have a separate business name. And just use, this is where it's going to get a little bit technical, just use domain name forwarding to your business page. Just use domain name forwarding. Domain names are very inexpensive. You can get them for $12 a year. You don't have to build a website. You're just going to point that domain name to the media page on your website or to your virtual business card. But this is a strategy that I wholeheartedly want you to embrace, because this is going to make you stand out as an expert, and it's going to be very easy for people to find you and very easy for people to look you up. Now, I own lots of domains. I don't have that many websites. I do have quite a few websites as well, but I just want you to get a handle on this. Domain names are inexpensive in comparison to a lot of things. I'm not suggesting that you build a $2,500 website to each of these things, but I do want you to consider that my main website, which right now is Healing Body, Mind, and Soul, as you know, has other domain names pointing to it. So speakersuccesscoach.com, or I have a couple things that are my my offerings that I got the domain name for that, and I just point it to that page on my website so that it has a clean link. It doesn't have a whole website associated with it. Can I still do the SEO words? Yeah, and you can do it yourself. It's actually really easy. This is a little technical. You can close your ears if you're not a tech person. I use GoDaddy. I go into my domain settings, and then I scroll down to the bottom of the page here where it says additional settings, and I manage my DNS. It's really the only technical thing you need to know here. Manage DNS. All right. When I get to that, when I click on the DNS, oh, Paula, it probably cannot get on the call. Hang on one second. I don't want to leave her hanging. When you get to the part that says forwarding, you just click on that and you put the website where you want it to go to. So right now I've got my AeriolAscher.com domain name pointing to my virtual business card. You don't have to do this. It might point to your website. You can have your website on your name. If you don't have a separate name for your business, then it's easy. You don't have to worry about all this pointing around. But I do have this pointed right now to my virtual business card. There is a part you could be done with it like that, but I go a step further, and you might want to do this. And I know the slide's not great, but you can look at this later on. You can even check it here to make sure that it's the where it says preview, to make sure that it's the correct link that you want to go to. And I permanently forward with masking. Now, the reason that I do that instead of just forward it is because I want those SEO words in there. I want it to say author, speaker, psychic, self-care, expert, because they're my search words that I use for my business, but it says author, speaker, coach. These are my overall search words. Okay, so just so you know, I had an author, I had one of my authors have a question about her marketing, and she's like, oh my God, I can't do that because I have this whole website. It's easy. And actually, I would walk you through this. We can do a screen share. It's really not that hard. Okay, that's all the tech. It's over. Everybody can take a deep breath. Okay, hang on one second. Let me stop the recording for one. I know you guys all relate with having too many things happening when you're facilitating a Zoom meeting. Okay, I want to get to this part, and oh, actually, something I wanted to say about your name.com, and I'm skipping around subjects, but I see I've hyperlinked this in my slide presentation. I did push, oh, yes, we're recording. I've hyperlinked this. How slick would it be to have your name.com point to your name, or excuse me, your name.tv could point to your YouTube channel. Or you know, like they have all kinds of endings. You can start to get, you can be, there's all kinds of fun endings. They might even have coach now. Hey everybody. I just wanted to take a few minutes. So I don't have that. I have enough domain names and enough things pointing to absolutely everywhere. And I'm not saying this to put anybody into overload, but I just want you to think how powerful your name is, and how on now that people know how to use the internet and we are getting better at our tech, you can understand the more you can brand yourself, the better people can find you online. Oops, I'm not sharing that screen. I'm on a totally different screen and talking about it, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so consider yourname.tv. Like for me, that would be something, you know, I could do if you have that, if you want to have all your videos, or there's even, I don't know, is there expert? There's guru if you want to get super creative. All right, let's move on with our content. So so I also want to talk to you about your media page. Okay, if you may need to forward somewhere, you need to have it. I don't care where you host it, but you need to have a media page. Okay, let me tell you what a media page is. The media page says the perfect guest for your next interview or empowerment event. It doesn't say, here I am, I do absolutely everything. It says, this is your media page. This is your collateral to show that, yeah, you're a speaker. And watch this, people. Download my speaker one sheet, you have buttons where these definitely come down. And I even haven't included here, download my intro, because your intro and your bio are different. They're written from different perspectives, right? I am not, as a host and a producer, I am not going to take the time to edit anybody's bio for them. That's not my job, right? And it's super slick if you can just go, oh, here's my media page. If they say, oh, can you send me? Yeah, here's the link. Go to my media page. Download, download, download. There it is. Okay. So it's very good to have all your marketing pages there. So this is something that says, oh yeah, I'm a great guest, and have a couple quick quotes about how you are as a speaker, not how you are as somebody who's been interviewed. Yeah, she's not dead as a doornail. She has a great personality, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's what we want to know here. This is not you, how you are as your expertise. This is how you are as presenting the material that you have expertise in. Okay, it's written for a different audience from a different perspective. This is what you send. This is what you're going to want to send to any show hosts if you're going to do virtual events or media events. And you also want to have video collateral of shows that you've been on. Right, so have them there. You know how they always say, send us 3 to 5 videos. Have it on your media page. I don't care where it's hosted. Host it on, you know, you can host it on your website and then point your name.com there. It doesn't matter, and then have that be your speaker, you know, but I'm just telling you, you need somewhere for this. You know, it's easy for the people that are booking you. It's easy for everybody involved because there's one receptacle where you have that ready to go, and it makes you look super slick, right? You know, and there's none of this back and forth. This makes you look very professional and very organized. Oh, here, let me do this. I'm so sorry. I thought you were looking at this screen share differently. 1 second. Let me stop this share. The slide was on the stars. This is what I'm referring to, the media page, the perfect guest for your next. This is you as a speaker. This is presenting you as a presenter, not as the information that you are presenting. So this is not where you go, I know all these fancy techniques. This is where you go, I am not a monotone, blah, blah, blah. I have some personality and you might be entertained by me. This is where you present yourself like that. if that makes sense to you. Amanda's got a question, sure.
So on our website, would we call that in our toolbar, or our menu, speaker, or would we call it
I
more
would have a
like,
drop down that says you could have a page that says speaker, and then you can have a link, or you can call it press and media, or speaker, or keynote speaker, or book me for speaking, and your buttons and contact would go to your book me as a keynote speaker page, something like that. You can decide that for yourself. There's some different strategies. But you want to have a receptacle somewhere. Host it on your website. This is actually just a, this is not on my website. This is on, I was trying out all these different, educational I was trying out a bunch of different platforms, and this is just one that I made to give you an example. Actually, I make these all the time. I do this and then destroy. Yeah, I make these, all the time. But you need to have this page stored somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's a landing page. You could even if you have MailChimp, I think MailChimp allows you to do landing pages, and you could have a MailChimp landing page. You don't have to spend money, but if you have it as a MailChimp landing page, just remember it's got that really super ugly link. You can just forward your domain name.
Yeah, no,
I'm just saying for everybody else, I know you've got your tech figured out a little bit better, but this is one of those instances that you want your name.com.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, put it anywhere on your website. This is called your press kit. Okay, this is your press kit. It's on my website. I think it says press and media. But if you're marketing yourself, if you're an author and if you're not super intense on marketing yourself, it's even great too, because then if you get those few and far between things, you don't have to go scrounging around in your database or anything. You need a dedicated place where this stuff is stored for yourself, that they have public access. And I'm going to show you how easy that is. Watch this. When they click here on download my speaker one sheet, guess what? Hang on, if it ever comes up. Guess what? Here it is, my speaker sheet. This is just a Dropbox link. I don't have that stored on my website. I just have it at a Dropbox link. And I have it so that anybody with the link can get that. It's not public, anybody with the link. So that means anybody that has gone to my website, or that landing page. I told you it's not hosted at my website, just so you know. So since I'm here and I click the button that says Aerials, so let's talk about how your bio is written and what is included on a speaker sheet. Okay. It's not a necessary document. In fact, I had a great conversation with Linda Lenore, and she goes, nobody has ever looked at my speaker sheet. I said, it could be an expensive, sometimes it can be an expensive ordeal, or you can really think about it and accumulate stuff, or you can kind of do it yourself. This one I did myself. I've spent thousands of dollars on having a fancy one done for me. This is one that I just threw together myself, because mine was too crowded. I tried to cram like a 4-page speaker sheet into 2 pages, and it was too dense. That's something that I want to talk. So you don't want too much verbiage on here. You want this to be a highly visual document. Okay, so you want lots of blank space, as well as really powerful languaging, and the kind of languaging that you want. This is like, these are my book talks. Okay, now I'm an author, so I have a different speaker sheet. Before I had different topics that I did. Now I have 3 different books that I can use as a speaker for marketing, and I have them listed here. So these are my best-selling book talks now. I still have my old speaker sheet if I want to talk about. I've got all kinds of stuff that I talk about when I'm out and about. But because I have these marketing tools, and because all of you are in a book project with me, I want you to also see how you can use your tools as part of your thing. Don't reinvent the wheel. Keep using the same thing over and over again. Okay, it's just a matter of getting it in alignment. I used to talk about ushering in divine feminine power, and now I have a women's empowerment book. Right. So these things, I just adjusted some of the languaging to go with my books, the book projects, and they were better. I'm going to tell you this is my strategy, you guys. They were better, clearer search words on SEO, to be really honest with you. Yeah, they don't sound as sexy. I think I like ushering in the divine feminine a little bit more, but women's empowerment is going to get me more eyeballs on SEO, and is going to get more attention. Sorry about that. Because not everybody is into divine, just because I'm coming at it from the divine, or if that's just the audience. But at this point, when I made these choices to do these book projects, that was why I chose those words. Now my search word is self-care. Right. So everything I do is geared towards self-care, and the book and then the self-care book will support that. Actually, in my leadership book, I say, if you want to be a good leader, practice good self-care. So do you see what I mean? Like, there's a through line through all of these. They're not totally unrelated topics. I tie them all in together, and they go into my marketing funnel. Okay. And remember, your speaker sheet is for people that want to hire you for speaking. So don't give them a lot of information about a lot of techniques that you do. They don't know about that technique. They want to know if you're going to be good for their audience. Right? So choose your words for this is for people that want to hire me to share information with them. This is not people that want to hire you as a practitioner. So this is not my resume. I really want to drive that point home, because people make the mistake of, they have this pretty formatted document that looks great, but it's not written to the person that is planning an event that needs a powerful speaker. That, you want words like, this is a really great talk to teach your team how to do this, right? So just make sure that everything is written. You'll want some testimonials of some people that think you're awesome. Thank you, May. I appreciate that. I'll give you your $20 in just a moment here. And you'll want to include any awards that you have, and any clients that you worked for as a teacher or speaker. Okay. So any organizations that you've worked for, I always include Girl Scouts of America, even though I haven't. I used to develop content for them. I always include the ones that sound really great, right? There's a lot of organizations maybe that I spoke for, so you just want to make sure that you have, and even I have some corporate stuff going on here. So just choose who your clients are. Now think about this, it's who your clients are. You're a speaker and they hire you. Okay, so it's like, this is who you work with. All right. So it's a little bit different than it's not your resume. Okay. I just really wanted to drive that point home. I think I've made my point. You want to have your, it looks like I'm noticing a typo here for me. Anyway, but you want what solution you're going to give, the results that are going to happen, what transformation you're going to make. Okay. Not all the stuff you're going to teach them. Please don't do that. They don't care. They want to know about the transformation that you're going to make for their audience. You really want to put, you want to tell them the results after hearing your presentation. Anyway, so that's my spiel on speaker sheets and why they're a necessary evil. Okay, when you're putting one together or trying to get one done, it can be, you can tell I did that one myself, so I caught a typo just now when I was presenting to you guys. That's great. Now I can go back and make sure it's corrected. But you want to make sure that it's written for who it's for. Okay, and your bio. You might also want to have your intro, which is like which is different than your bio. Have you ever gone to an event and they read your entire bio? It's horrifying. It's awful. You don't want all of your stuff. You want like maybe a couple things like oh, this person is so great. You're really going to want to listen to what this person has to say, right? Not your whole bio. Oh my God, 300 words. Like you want like something that's going to be like 30 seconds to your intro is here she is everyone's favorite, blah blah, you know, or you know, you want something short and sweet, so you might want to download intro, right? Because that is also a piece of information that is it's not the same thing as your bio. So if you want to write that yourself, it's required sometimes, and it is a huge difference. So I just wanted to make that distinction. Are you going to give us an example? Did I get to this, Amanda?
So are you going to make this available to us so that we can, you know, kind of follow this as an example?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I made it. I actually
Okay.
made it. I had, yeah, it's a long story. I took down I kicked my own self in the bottom a little bit. But that's how I learned. That's okay. And it's easy for me to make websites. That's like breathing for me.
And then
But
the the second question I have with that, since our clients are, like for me, my clients are individuals. So would I put the type of clients I work with versus
I
naming
would
a
not put that
company?
part. Then I would not put, if you do not have any groups, but you have events that you have hosted. You could list those events. You have Deva. I'm sure you've spoken at Deva. So you have stuff, and yeah, and you might even in that part you could even hyperlink to the video collateral that you have. Any you know, the more information you can just leave them, the more it's going to be like, oh, just you know what I mean? It's I love having everything in one place. It's great for me. So this strategy, and where I was getting was I just took down a whole website. It was beautiful. I had all these examples, so I'm kind of making these examples as I go, and these are kind of, sorry, they're not the most beautiful examples, but
They're
but
gorgeous.
oh, thank you for that. The other one was moving and stuff, but I didn't want to host a whole nother site from my I put all my money into one website, and I had two really expensive tricked out websites doing all kinds of things. It was too much to manage, so I wanted to get rid of the other one. Now I have this one is done. This landing page is on Groove Pages, which I recommended to you. You can the Groove Pages, if you use my affiliate link, you can get it for free. Right now, they'll let you have this for free. There are some pieces of it that you don't have for free. I have a lifetime membership. They're in beta. They're driving me nuts. I got this as, it's going to be like Kartra. It will be for people that, it's like Kartra. It's a whole platform. Right now I'm just using it for these landing pages. I don't have my I don't have my funnels set up on here. Anyway, blah blah blah. Okay, so enough about that. Let me stop that share and get back on track. Where'd my check my time? Okay, so yes, the oh, now I'm going to go right back where I was. Hilarious. So much for organization, folks. All right. So I'm going back to where I was. All right. Good. All right. So the next part that I wanted to talk to you about, because I want you, I don't care if you see my my speaker page. I just want you to know what information is stored here so that you can use this as an example, so that you have this for yourself. Because when it's easy like that, it's easy. Let's see, speaker one sheet, headshot, bio. Ah, yes, my contact page goes back to the aeriolascher.com, which I have on my, got my Go card. Do I have this up already? Do I have this on another screen? I'm going to share this on a different screen. I have a million screens open. My poor computer is like, why do you do this to me? There we go. That's the one I want. Okay, so this is my Got My Go card, and you can see what it looks like here online. I love this platform. I think it's really slick. I actually went to one of their networking things because I was checking out this checking out the platform. I went to one of those networking things and I got a lot of other examples of other people's cards. I thought mine was pretty slick. It looks pretty slick. It looks way better than their, because me, I know how to trick it out and everything. But I saw some slick ones. Now I'm inspired to make this one even slicker. I love this stuff. So I love this. Anyway, the reason that I'm showing this to you is this is what I replaced that expensive WordPress site with. I do pay for this monthly because I didn't want to dive in for the year for this one, but I love it because I think this is perfect for anybody that does multiple things or is like I said, this is for me. I have this to my to aeriolascher.com. So this doesn't go, it is connected though to all of my places. I've got my press and media, it goes to my podcast, it goes to this program and one-on-one speaker training. It goes to the book program that you're all part of that are on this call right now. It goes to my intuitive healing self-care services. It goes to some other multi-level things that I'm involved in, some products that I use. So it goes everywhere. And it's just, what I love is when people download this, they can save it on their home screen of their phone. I think this is just the slickest thing ever. You can't see my phone. You can't see my phone, but I've got me, and then on the bottom here, I've got me, and oops, there's another. I've got this other lady. Oh, here's a lady I met at their. I met this lady the other day at the Go Card marketing thing. Now that I've joined them, and she's got hers. It looks great. I just love. You can put all your videos. You could use the Go Card as your media page essentially. Links to any you can link it right to your PayPal. You can take money from here. This is your everything, ladies, and it's just your virtual business card. It's your everything. Even if you're not into getting a virtual Go card, the cool thing about this that I want to tell you is try to keep all your information somewhere, right? Try to keep it somewhere where it's easy for people to get on your schedule, purchase your books, shop online. Right. Now I've got the Animal Legacy Self-Awareness set and the Women's Empowerment Wisdom set. Check your mailboxes, you guys, because there might be something really exciting coming your way. So those are finally set up, which took forever, longer than I liked, but it has all of my offerings in one place. Or if people think that it's so cool they can't stand it, they can click here and get their own card, and it takes them where they can sign up. If they want to get a card like that. The reason I think that it's important is because think of the things that are essential. Think of who your audience is. Who are you showing? These are not your clients, right? Your clients are somebody else. Your clients are people that are in pain. Your clients are people, you know, or maybe they are your clients. Maybe this is the easiest way to share your work. This is like having your own little app. You could share a link to a new video that you made every day. you know, you can show, then people would have it there on their home screen. This is a very inexpensive way to do something like this. Anyway, I think I've beat that. Let's see, so this is what it looks like by itself, but here's what the card editor was. Here's where I want to, here's the little, it has all the SEO stuff, just like a real website, but it's this little tiny thing that points to, it's wonderful. Okay, so you can, each of your pages, you can put speaker, holistic educator, author, speaker, coach, okay? Easy. You can just handle that while you're setting it up. Put whatever your things are. Remember, I have Aeriol Ascher pointed to this one myself. So this is just an idea. Just it's just an idea for you. Something similar is fine, you know. But having everything in one place is really great. Instead of go over here, I did that for so many years and it was exhausting. I had like 4 blogs and everything everywhere. Now everything is starting to, now that I've gotten rid of one leg of this, I'm just trying to simplify things for myself. This is not what I wanted to show you. This month I am one of the judges of the Speaker Talent Search, if anybody has looked into that. Some really great stuff. Okay, let's see, did I cover all of this stuff? I think I might be done. Oh, let me show you one thing here about branding, super easy. If you go to Colorzilla, there's an extension in Chrome where you can pick the color from any page. So say I went to this page and I'm like, oh my God, I love that yellow. I can just go right here. And now I have a color picker here. So you can make sure that everything is branded all the time. Or you can make up your own branding. You don't have to pay somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars to brand you. It's so easy. Just pick a color scheme you like and then use it consistently. Remember that part of the equation, use it consistently. This color extension is called Colorzilla, I believe. Colorzilla. And this browser is Chrome. It's an extension in Chrome. I usually use Safari. I used Chrome today because I wanted to show you this color picker. And you can go, I just did a search for feminine branding. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to images. Oh my God, look at all these beautiful examples. Okay, good branding, 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 branding. Just find one you like and start picking the colors, and try to be consistent. Okay, you don't have to make it hard. I mean, if you don't have enough money to have somebody to brand you, I did pay somebody to do this, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that it doesn't have to be a big deal, a big thing. Just be consistent. That's really what you want to do. Let's see, also I wanted to show you, and when I'm talking about consistency, let's see, go to YouTube. Sorry, I should have had this earmarked already. Stop that video because I don't want to hear my own voice here. So, I mean, look at how you just updated. Regular YouTube videos are YouTube stations are icky. Take 10 minutes and update some of your stuff. Just go to Canva and get a thumbnail. Look how nice this looks when you start to have all the thumbnails uniform, right? Or, you know, all the speaker success ones are one way, you know, and it's in my branded colors and my branded stuff. So even if the individual things are different, it's in my scheme, it's in my font. The consistency helps people trust and like you. Okay, here's an example of the, I don't know if it can, I don't want you to, so I'm not playing the sound, but I have the intro video there. And so when people go to my YouTube video for the first time, they have that email, or excuse me, the video intro there. And I'm talking about one of my talks, my intuitive talk about the animal legacies, about intuition. So I'm talking about one of my things right there, so people get to know me. So it's an easy way to brand. YouTube is free. You don't need a fancy website. You can, I recorded this in Zoom. Um, you know, you can do this very, very easy. And YouTube is powerful. Use it. You need a YouTube channel. It's powerful. You as a speaker, even if I would recommend that you do use a uniform, or if you have a series of something that you're doing, you use the uniform thumbnails, because it makes you look professional and good. But YouTube is great because it's owned by Google, and your tags or keywords are important here. Okay, they're giving you search engine optimization for free. You got to use this. It's really, really important. And it just takes a little time to build up a station. You can see I have one video here that has 128,000 views. Okay, you know, took forever. Now you don't monetize it until you have 400, I think, like, you don't monetize for quite a while. It takes a long time. It doesn't take a lot of videos, it takes a lot of viewing hours. And then once you get a certain number of viewing hours, you start to monetize. I'm still working on my viewing hours. I didn't know that. That's something new that I learned. So I didn't know that you don't start to monetize until you have that minimum critical. So I put more attention on making it look good, because I was just putting stuff there, and I thought whatever, and I was just kind of throwing it out there. But if you market this on purpose, you can really get a lot of hits. And I have noticed in my niche, I have my YouTube station, here's my empowerment and all my speaker stuff in one. These are just playlists. You can put different playlists. I have a chakra sound healing crystal singing bowl. These are the ones that have had so many hits. And I wasn't marketing it correctly. It could have really been better now that I understand it, but I didn't understand it then. So I'm going to repackage all of these and put new thumbnails on them and repackage them so that they are an info product. That's also something that you can do. Take all your old videos and repackage them into an info product that people will, these are all my intuitive readings. These are all my meditations where I created slideshows for meditations and did voiceovers, client testimonials, and linked to another page, to a doTERRA page when I was using a lot of oils in my hands-on healing work. So that was for my clients. But I just want to tell you, it's free. You got to use it. You know, I think that it's an important tool, and I am kicking myself now because even though I have, even though this one has 128,000 views, I could have really leveraged that better, and it could have even more. Okay, so. You know, YouTube is a powerful tool that I was remiss. So where my marketing attention is going these days is really ironic, because I've resisted both platforms for years, but I'm now convinced that it is a great marketing strategy to embrace both LinkedIn and YouTube. So that's my marketing strategy now. And as far as social media, I'm so over Facebook. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I really just want to, right now I'm focusing my attention on Instagram, and then automatically pushing out to Facebook. I don't actually spend very much time on Facebook except in our private group and my larger public group. I don't spend too. I just push out information, which probably Facebook has gotten wise to, because I've noticed that my engagement has gotten way down. But I just really like the simplicity. By the way, they're the same company now. I used to teach about Instagram. Now I don't know about Instagram. Everything has changed. But I love the simplicity of the platform, and I love the hashtags, because remember that hashtags are just little baby search engine optimization words. They're categorizing words. Anyway, so I have rattled on. I think that my ladies are full. Let me just make sure that I've covered all my I want to fill you but not overfill you, so I don't want anybody's eyeballs rolling back in their heads or anything yet. Okay, so we talked about the media page. I love I just want to get back on my slideshow here. Hang on one second. Checking my time. Happy 11:11. So we talked about the media page. We talked about the YouTube, pointing your YouTube channel. YouTube is a great platform, freebie, virtual business card. I don't care about the virtual business card if you decide to check out the virtual business card itself at the Go Cards, but I do care about you finding a media page or somewhere where you have a receptacle with all of your offerings, okay? Something that's easy for people to reach you. So spending time on your contact page, your media page, making sure that those are tidied up on your websites. Those are great, important things to me, to make sure. I want to make sure that you're not putting out energy and not getting the optimal bang for your buck while you're out there marketing, ladies. Okay, so that was super lot of tech talk today. I super apologize for that. There was a reason for it, and ironically, the person that all of this tech talk was for was not here. So I've overwhelmed my sensitives, and I apologize for that. But don't worry, we're getting back on track with virtual presenting. I am going to give you some tech next week, but really it's about a list of tech tools. So it's not going to be nuts and bolts of, I'm going to tell you about the camera that I use, and I'm going to tell you about what lighting equipment I use. And I have a new microphone, and I don't know whether I just haven't used it a lot yet, but I have a microphone. I'll let you know what microphone I use, just so it's easy for you if you need that. And then we'll get back after I give you the list of tech tools that I use and what studio pieces I think are necessary. They're not necessary. I'm going to tell you too, they're not necessarily necessary, but I'm going to tell you the bare minimum things that you want to get to look super sharp. If you're going to do any big media or television spots, we want to make sure you're looking really good on camera and that you're looking sharp. We're also going to talk about our hook, okay, and our hook and our sort of elevator speech together, and how to make an offer without selling your soul. I think this is an important one for a lot of us. I get so much resistance. I don't really love sales myself, but I think that making an offer is so easy to do, and I love doing this. So I can't wait to show you my super formula for how to make an offer without selling your soul. Okay, until next time, please reach out to me if you have any questions, or if there is anything that you want me to cover in the way of marketing yourself as a speaker or setting yourself up for success to have a great marketing funnel for your co-authored pieces in our book. I'm available to you. You can send me an email at aerialascher.com, or check out any one of my millions of websites. You can count on Healing Body, Mind, and Soul and aerielascher.com, and the aerielascher.com, of course, going right to my virtual business card. All right. I want to thank everybody today for coming. I'm going to stop the recording and see if there are any